Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
The second largest riser in our 2024 to 2025 roster countdown is none other than guard Ben Bartch, who is slated to be the starting left guard after Aaron Banks got paid and all that stuff. He jumped 29 spots. He was number 59 last year and ties for the second largest jump with Evan Anderson. Sam O was the largest number one overall. Spots jumped up with like 50. But Ben Bartch comes in number 2. Now, I do have to say, I am recording this on the 20th, and nobody knows what his injury is at this point of the recording. I've reached out to sources. Nobody knows. So we're recording this on the 20th. When you're watching this, who knows when that is. We don't know why Ben Bartch got put on the NFI, which means non-football injury, which means he got injured away from doing football activities with the 49ers before they reported for camp. Don't know. Don't know how severe it is. Maybe he's off of it already. Don't know. Again, recording this on the 20th. So you got to understand. The 49ers want him to be the starting left guard. During minicamp and OTAs, he got all the snaps with the first team. You look at what he did last year for the 49ers in 3 games. Stepped in for an injured Aaron Banks. He was injured for the past 3 years straight. Unbelievable. Outperformed Aaron Banks in every single metric possible. Gave up 0 quarterback hits, 0 sacks, 1 pressure in 3 games, and run blocked very, very well. But then he got a high ankle sprain and got put on IR, and that kind of ended his season. But Chris Forster, Kyle Shanahan, they brought Ben Bartch to be the starter, but there is a lot of competition there. In this injury, we have seen this at the guard position a lot with the 49ers. Injury during training camp, somebody steps up, the person that was injured doesn't get their job back. Dan Brunskill lost his job to Spencer Burford in a similar light. And then you had Spencer Burford lost his job to Dominique Pooney. Now you got Ben Bartch. Who knows how long that injury is going to be around, but there is competition. Nick Zakelj, Matt Hennessy, Connor Colby, the rookie, Drew Moss, the other rookie. There are players chomping at the bit to win this job, and with Ben Bartch's injury, causes a little bit of a snafu / what's going to happen there? And Chris Forster puts, the 49ers offensive line coach, puts continuity above quality play to a fault. He wants the same guys in there. So whoever gets that first crack at it, it's going to matter. It's going to matter. So Ben Bartch wears jersey number 78 for the 49ers, and he's a big dude. 6'6", 315, 32 7/8-inch arms. He's going into his 26-year-old season, 6th season, and he's got a lot of experience because he was drafted with the Jags, won their starting job, started, I think it was 16 straight games over the course of 2 seasons. He had their guard spot locked down. Dislocated his knee, tore his ACL, lost his job. They tried to stash him on the practice squad, kind of in a Shanahan finesse roster movement. And guess what? Shanahan did to him what has been done to him so many times and sniped this player off the practice squad and signed him to the active roster and kind of, has kept him since then. So pretty smart little roster finesse move. Caught the Jaguars slipping a little bit, and you got a quality player that has upside. And, 6'6", 315 guards, that's the build you want. He's 26 years old. He's got 22 starting games. This guy has played some ball, has some experience, has upside, and is still young. You want Ben Bartch to win that job. He's an Oregon boy, went to Blanchette Catholic High School, college. Then he went to St. John's, which St. John's is not known for their football program by any stretch. And in fact was, the only player, I want to make sure I get this right, was the lone Division III player, non-scholarship athlete selected in the draft that year. And he got selected in the 4th round. This dude was an oddball and went a very unorthodox route to get to the league. And I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's got a lot of good football ahead of him if he can stay healthy. He's lost the job twice with injuries, and now you got another NFI injury. Don't know what that's about. Go back to his high school tenure in McMinnville, Oregon, 4-year letterer in basketball. And this dude was skinny, played wide receiver, linebacker, and tight end in high school. And, whenever he went to college, he was 230 pounds. By the time now he's 315. This dude put on a lot of weight. He's known as the Smoothie King because, he shared this at the Senior Bowl, which is where the 49ers fell in love with him. He makes a smoothie. This is what's in it. Sorry, this is going to be gross. Scrambled eggs, a big tub of cottage cheese, quick grits, peanut butter, a banana, and Gatorade. The smoothie helped him gain over 75 pounds. And he says, quote, I would just throw it all in, plug my nose. I would gag sometimes, but that's what you have to do to gain weight, end quote. Like, dude, awesome. Gross, don't want to do it, but respect. And, off the field, awesome. He was part of the Good Works team nominee, studied abroad in South Africa in 2019, freaking well-rounded. Like, dude, I want to know more about this man and how he views life. 2020 Senior Bowl, like I said, that's where he kind of went crazy and was just a versatile offensive lineman, psych major. Gets drafted in the 4th round of the 2020 draft, pick 116 overall. Same round. It was a pretty good offensive line draft in that round. John Simpson, Tyler Biadasz, Gabriel Davis all went in that round. A round before Colton McKivitz. And he's played pretty clean. Only 3 accepted penalties in his career. Won the starting job for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but then got that injury. Week 5 of 2022, dislocates his knee, tears his ACL, horrible injury. Takes him a while to get back. The Jags try to stash him on the practice squad. Niners sniped him, and they've been in love with him since. Replaces Aaron Banks at left guard, goes in, plays 3 quality games, then high ankle sprain, gets put on IR, lost his spot, end of season. That was towards the end. It was after the Buffalo game. So he outplayed Banks. Like everybody did that took snaps at left guard. Banks was awful last year. But Forrester likes him, wants him around, and you look at how much he's played. 22 career starts, 49 career games played in, over 1,500 career snaps. Dude's played some ball. And so the 49ers signed him to a 1-year, $1.3 million deal. You're not paying Ben Bartch starter-level money, but this is the 49ers' philosophy on offensive line. They don't care. They value the offensive line less than any other team in the NFL. I will argue with the wall. And somebody's like, well, they pay Trent Williams. Who else they pay on that thing? Everybody else, all 4 other starters are way below average for what they make. And look, Chris Forster's even talked about this. Kyle Shanahan's even talked about that. The scheme benefits the offensive line more than any other scheme in the NFL. And so they take bargain bin players and then spend elsewhere on the skill positions. No team signs a veteran player for $1.3 million to be their starter at guard. They just don't do that. Well, the 49ers do. He's got $1.1 million guarantee. And you look at his career, he's made $6.3 million so far. He's 26 years old. And if Ben Bartch can go out there and play this year the way the 49ers hope that he plays, he's going to get paid to go be Lincoln Tomlinson. You look at, Aaron Banks, whatever else. Probably not going to get Aaron Banks money, but he's going to go get paid $6-7 million if he can stay healthy this year. Not off to a good start. 49ers get a comp pick. Connor Colby steps in next. It's rinse, repeat the cycle that the 49ers have at guard. Bring in a vet. Allow them to show something, whatever. Redshirt a guy. Allow them to step in eventually. And then allow them to go be signed, get a compensation pick, rebuild that way. It's just what the 49ers have done at this position. So can he stay healthy? That is the biggest question. What the hell is his injury on the NFI, non-football injury list? Don't know. As I'm recording this, don't know. And I hope that it is solved by the time this video comes out. And hopefully Ben Bartch is back to the starting left guard and he gets some continuity because I do think he's the best left guard on this team. There is competition. Nick Zakill, Matt Hennessy has started games at guard. Connor Colby, the rookie, Drew Moss. This is a battle, and Ben Bartch better get healthy quick. Otherwise, man, and you could even throw in Spencer Burford, who started at left guard as well. I think they're going to move him to swing tackle, especially with Andre Dillard injured. But there's a lot of guys fighting for that starting spot. Ben Bartch, I hope, wins it. Josh is the executive of today's show. Appreciate you guys. Ben Bartch, get healthy. Get out there. Stay healthy. And get a career payday next year. Get the 49ers compensation pick. It's the way it should be for the second riser. Number 2 riser on the 49ers roster countdown list from last year to this year. And for us in the 49ers Rush team, we'll just keep counting them down.